on a day like today, I really wish I could be inside a museum like Morningside, right? I am practically at the intersection of South Green Street and Garfield Street, Freedom Square, and sharing shade in Statesville. It's a very wet day. I wanted to draw your attention because with all the climate change, at times excessive rain, but I'm not complaining about the rain. Our gardens need this rain. But you have to admit the intensity. We get extreme cold temperatures. Remember a couple of years ago, the temperatures were well below zero, and that didn't even include the wind chill. And then we have these excessive hot summers that last excessively long. And so when you have an endangered historical landmark, I'm talking about the Holiday House located on Garfield Street, such a prominent historical figure, historical property, and we have advocated. We're going into our 5th year, and it's no reasonable excuse that we have not gotten a preservation plan, that we have not gotten state recognition, that we have not gotten national recognition for this home. And for those of you, I'm especially talking to those of you who are graduates of Hampton University, because Mrs. Mary Carlton Holliday came here fresh out of college from Hampton Institute in 1913 to take over the job of being the supervisor over the elementary grade schools in all of Iredell County. She did that job for 40-some years and a wonderful, wonderful historical figure. This is her prior home. Dr. Holliday, she married Dr. Holliday just a few years after being here. He was one of the few black physicians servicing the black community, and he serviced our community from 1906 until 1966. Now, look, we're recognized locally that this was, in fact, a black historical district. The city mayor promised that the newly hired grant writer would make the black historic district a priority. We never saw the grant writer. We have had a few small grants, but let me tell you about the inadequacies that we have experienced, the opposition that we have experienced, the lack of expertise that we have experienced, and there's no excuse for it. The climate change that we experience has an intense effect, and not a positive one, on endangered landmarks like the Holiday Home. So here's what you can do. Because I've written a number of emails, I've sent out a number of articles, I have published a couple of books about all of this, and we don't always get accurate information, because I'll tell you, and when we first started advocating in 2021, we were told these lame excuses that, oh, you can't find grants for a city this size, and that's a bunch of malarkey. The shenanigans that we have had to tolerate is unnecessary. The delays that we have had to tolerate are unnecessary. And when you have the kind of well-researched, because you don't need additional research. The research is already here. And to not promote recognition of the 6 historical landmarks that are endangered the most. There have been some support for the historical district as a whole. Why, I ask? The only development that we see going up around here is one kind. And this was an inclusive neighborhood. You had labor workers, but you also had professionals during the beginning of the 1900s, the end of the 1800s, and well into the segregated years. This was a segregated community, but it was inclusive. And we are only seeing an isolated development being pushed on this historical community. It's not right. And then here we have this highly significant historical landmark. Can't find a file that says, yes, we have an application for its state recognition. Yes, we have an application for its national recognition. I have petitioned, I have submitted an information public request, and you cannot get the information from downtown. Why is that? I'm asking you to stand up for our preservation rights. This is not just about one property owner, because this is a historical city. Your historical tax dollars go to support 6 other historical districts outside the Black Historic District, well sustained and very much an asset to the city of Statesville. And this black neighborhood with its historical significance can be an asset to Statesville, to Iredell County, to North Carolina. That's how fabulous, that's how immense the history is here. So, please, call your officials. It's time. And we can start right here with the historical holiday house so that it doesn't have to become more damaged from this extreme weather, from the opposition to preservation. Why it's taking so long to establish a preservation plan for this Black Historic District, no one can answer. But we know the answer. So please make sure that you stand up for this investment. It's not just for those that are in this community, but this is for generations to come, because a Black Historic District is just as much of a resource as any other historical district in this town. And it will be one that can have access to ongoing investment. And see, that's the thing. That ongoing investment for a Black historic community is being held up. And we need to do something about it. We can do something about it. It's time. My name is Dr. Lisa Moser. I'm going to be sharing shade in Statesville with you. Hopefully we'll have some drier days. We had a tour on Sunday at 2 p.m. It lasted for about an hour and a half, and I'm really comfortable with that time frame. I hope that you are too. We had to do some walking, but we do have a van, possibly 2. So if you're interested in doing a tour, let me know. I'm thinking either Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure about the times yet, so you can have your input about the times as well. Thank you so much. I'm going to check back with you shortly, so enjoy your Tuesday.